So I've done a video on 5 common chameleon mistakes, but if we're being honest, there's way more than 5. So this is going to be a part 2. Feel free to check out part 1, and without further ado, let's get into the video. The first mistake we're going to talk about is purchasing the Chameleon Kit. I know the pet store employee told you this is all you need for a chameleon, and it's advertised as such, and it seems like this is too good to be true. Like, what a steal. However, the Chameleon Kit has almost nothing you actually need for a chameleon, and you're way better off purchasing everything individually. Starting from the top of the enclosure, it has the wrong UVB light. The heat bulb is okay, the UVB bulb is not okay. The enclosure itself is only appropriate for a baby chameleon, and your chameleon will very quickly outgrow it, and you will need to purchase a bigger one. All that it provides you is one measly little branch. Chameleons are arboreal, they're climbers, they're gonna need way more branches inside their enclosure. It gives you one teeny tiny plastic fake plant, which we're gonna talk about later on, but again, your chameleon needs way more things to climb on and lots of hiding places, so that isn't going to be sufficient. The reptile carpet it comes with is not recommended for a chameleon. It's just going to hold any bacteria from the water or moisture or from the poop of your chameleon. It's just not recommended. The temperature gauge, well, that's okay, isn't always the most accurate. The supplements are okay, but like those are gonna need adjustments as your chameleon gets older. So please take my advice. You're better off purchasing everything individually, in the Chameleon Kit is not a kit for your chameleon. It's really not, so please do not buy it. If you did purchase the Chameleon Kit, I need you to take a deep breath and recognize that you're going to be needing to make a lot of changes very quickly, and those prices are going to add up. But you can do it. Take baby steps. I'm going to link down below a bunch of related videos that you can work your way through, and hopefully by the time you're done watching those videos, you'll feel confident and comfortable and have correct chameleon care information. Number 2, using fake plants. So the reason why this is a mistake is because chameleons will actually sometimes eat plants. Veiled chameleons in particular. So if we just pretend the scenario in our head, we have a plastic plant and our veiled chameleon's like, ooh, yummy. They take a bite of that plastic plant, then they try to swallow it. Their body's not going to be able to digest and break that down. Odds are they will become impacted, and odds are they will die. I have personally heard from people who have had chameleons eat plastic plants and pass away. It's really not a safe option for your chameleon. A much better alternative would be to use live plants. And yes, your chameleon may try to eat the live plant, but that is way safer because they can digest the organic plant matter, but they can't digest the plastic plants. In addition, the live plants also can help increase humidity, right? Just because they naturally do that. The plants can also help absorb water, right, from your dripper or your mister. They suck up that water for you, so you don't have to worry about drainage as much. They give your chameleon lots of hiding places. They look pretty, right? So there's tons of benefits to the live plants, and to me, it's just not worth the risk using the fake plants. Number 3, not providing your chameleon a laying bin. This is only going to pertain to people who have a female chameleon, but if you didn't know, female chameleons can lay eggs even if they don't come in contact with a male. They will lay infertile eggs. So if you have a panther or a veiled chameleon, Jackson's chameleon give live birth, so you don't have to worry about this, then you need to give her somewhere to lay her eggs. If you don't give your chameleon anywhere to lay her eggs, she will become egg bound and will pass away. This is the most common cause of death for female chameleons. It's also 100% preventable. If you have on-point chameleon care and you provide her a laying bin, she should have no issues. People just don't know that their chameleon lay eggs, or they don't know how to properly set up a laying bin. But lucky for you guys, I have a video on how to do that. So I will link that up above here and in the description box below for you to check out, and you can learn a little bit more about chameleon and egg laying. Number 4, not gut loading your bugs or using the incorrect gut load. So if you don't know, gut loading is the process of feeding your bugs nutrient-dense fruits and vegetables, so then they have their bellies full of all those micronutrients, which then can be fed off to your chameleon. A healthy bug is a healthy feeder for your chameleon. So that's what we're trying to do. What some people don't realize is that they need to be gut loading their bugs in the first place. So if you're not doing that, definitely do that. Or people are using the wrong gut load. The most common mistakes I see are using the Fluker's orange cubes, or like the yellowy cubes, or like the water crystals or like the cricket flukers, whatever stuff. Anything you can buy at Petco or PetSmart, just don't buy it. The reason for this is it's not nutritional for your bugs. You're much better off feeding them fresh fruits and vegetables like mustard greens, collard greens, mango, sweet potato. I have a whole video on gut loading, so I will link that up above here and in the description box below, and that gives you an entire list on good things, bad things, and awesome things to be feeding your bugs, to be feeding to your chameleon. Number 5, over misting your chameleon. This is a very common mistake. I will have new keepers who will reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to help them out, and then I will ask them about their misting schedule. They're like, I miss them 9 times a day, but they're still not drinking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, do not miss your chameleon that often. The reason why keepers want to miss their chameleon so much is because they're not seeing them drink, and then they stress out and worry because they're not drinking. I gotta give them more water. But something you may not know is that chameleons are very shy drinkers. I've seen Neptune drink in front of me maybe 3 times the entire time that I've had him. But that doesn't mean he's not drinking and he's not staying hydrated. He is. He's just doing it when I'm not watching. The way that you can check your chameleon is hydrated is from their urates, which is going to be that white, creamy, orangey part of their poop. That is the equivalent of chameleon pee. This is how we check that our chameleon is hydrated. As long as it's mostly white or cream in color with no more than 50% of it being orange, then you have a very hydrated chameleon. If it's 100% orange or a majority of orange, then you may have a dehydrated chameleon, or it's having a weird poop. That sometimes happens, so give them another poop to make sure it looks good. Otherwise, you need to make adjustments to your hydration schedule. But generally speaking, you can just mist your chameleon 2 times a day for 2 to 4 minutes. Once before lights turn on and once before lights turn off. This way they have cool, damp environments. What we want to avoid is misting our chameleon during the day where it's already warm in there because of their like basking bulb and stuff. If we have warm, moist environments, that's going to put our chameleon at risk for developing health issues. So we want to keep cool, moist environments to help mitigate that and to simulate what they experience in the wild. Hopefully now you can avoid making these mistakes. If you have made these mistakes, hopefully you can quickly correct them. Be sure to check out my channel. I have tons of chameleon care videos that will help make sure that you're taking care of your chameleon correctly. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so you know when I post a new video. And you can follow Neptune and all my chameleons on Instagram at Neptune the Chameleon. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye! What are you doing, Neptune? Ooh! Climbing on my back. That feels weird. Here, go in your enclosure. There you go.